next session, which is titled as the Management and Wellbeing, Digital Age and Entrepreneurship. And the session is going to be chaired by Gaurav Asis. Now, Professor Dr. Gaurav Asis has spent a lot of years with NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology, as a faculty member. And he currently also works with Oro University as a faculty member. He was the vice president with Amity Group for a few years. And he was also a dean of IS B and M, that's in Pune. And they also have another chapter in another Indian city. And he was also an associate dean of with the Asia Pacific Institute of Management, Delhi. So thank you, and the stage is yours, Professor Gaurav Asis. And I must tell you, this session, after this session, we'll have one more session, and then the physical event which is going to take place in London. Thank you. Professor Gaurav Asis, stage is yours.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, very good afternoon to all the panelists, in particular Dr. Rajat Baisya, whom I worship and regard my guru. I've heard Dr. Baisya on different occasions, so for gracing this forum with your presence. So, because we are running on schedule, I would like to take the session forward. The session is titled on Management and Wellbeing, Digital Age and Entrepreneurship. I would like to request the forum, if it is okay, for reasons of not just humility, but also to allow the rest of the panelists and the speakers time. May I request that presentation be made at the end of this session. So if Mr. Rohan Ubriani is present, let me just see. Yes, I do see Mr. Rohan.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, good to see you, Mr. Rohan. So if you're ready, with your permission, can we just have your wise words? And before we do that, let me introduce Mr. Rohan Ubriani to the panel members and to the audience. Mr. Rohan has been the founder of Flame Communications. He's also been formerly the account director of J. Walter Thompson Advertising. And today we are going to listen to his views on lead generation and brand building through digital marketing. Over to you, Rohan sir.
Thank you, sir. So kind of you to introduce me, and I also would like to thank Sarat sir for giving me this opportunity to share my bit of experience or thoughts on the core expertise that I had from.
Rohan,
yeah.
You have to be a little upfront to the camera. We only could see your head.
Sorry.
You have to be a little upfront. You probably have to go back from the camera. I don't know. Okay. Is that my yeah? You have to maybe is the same way, Professor Gaurav, are you being Rohan?
Yes, I think
now it's getting better. Now your glasses appearing. Seem that we are watching you in installment.
Slightly tilt your camera, sir. I think that would do the thing.
Yeah.
That just need to tilt it a bit, and it would be. Yes, coming over. Yes, perfect.
How come I can't see myself? This is crazy.
That's okay.
But
yeah, we can see you.
Yes, please proceed.
Okay, now it's better?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I guess we are running a bit late on the schedule for all the people in all the sessions. So I'll straight away begin. I have made a small PPT to share, and probably that will put things in perspective for everybody to see. So I'm just sharing my screen. Please tell me whether you guys are able to see that. Okay, is the screen visible to everyone?
No, not me. I can't. Maybe my system has problems.
Sir, it is visible. It's flowing. The screen is actually reflecting your globalbanking.zoom.com US page.
It is right. I just want to make sure that it is now. Okay, can you see this slide?
Yes. Now, yes, sir. Perfectly visible. It's sir.
Okay, great. So as everybody knows, the today's my topic would be lead generation and brand building through digital marketing. Okay. Okay, in section 1, there is a 6-7 slides. So I'll just quickly run through, and I take my questions as it goes, but so long they're short, and I take the long questions at the end. If there is any query that you have, you may ask me as I present. Okay, so in section 1, we talk about the lead generation through digital marketing. Brand building will come in next few slides. Okay, first let's talk about hallmarks of a result-oriented lead generation campaign through digital marketing. First and foremost, we do the analysis or professional analysis of the target groups on the basis of these parameters called demographics, psychographics, geographics, and media graphics. I think the first 3 are known to everyone. The media graphics got added a little later in last 5 or 10 years. This is basically about the media habits of your target groups, that with all media they're exposed to and what all media they consume. And also the second would be the creation of a customized landing page. A lot of people don't pay much attention on landing page. The details of this, the how to create one will be in the next slide. So that will have a little more details about this. Okay. Third is focused activities. Only 2 activities are relevant for generating leads. That is SEM, that is search engine marketing on Google Ads, primarily because Google controls about 99% of the global traffic. Yahoo and Bing and Amazon, they don't have much. They collectively have about 1% of traffic coming, so which is insignificant. And the second activity will be SMM, that is social media marketing. Okay. Next would be selection of relevant digital and social media platforms. These platforms like Google Search, Google Display Network, Facebook, Insta, YouTube, and LinkedIn. These are the platforms which are primarily used for generating leads of any industry of any product or service. And next comes the one of the most critical aspect, where again I have noticed in my experience about 12 years in digital that a lot of people don't pay much attention to keyword research, analysis, and selection. This is the foundation of every digital marketing campaign. Keywords, as everybody knows, that they are the terms which your prospective buyers use to search your product or service on the net. So this has to be done very, very seriously, and you begin with isolating about 15 or 20 most relevant keywords to begin your campaigns with, and as it goes, you can add or change or delete non-performing keywords as well. Next is creation of well-crafted targeted ads. See, these are the ads which are the first exposure to your prospective customers, and they should be exciting and interesting enough for them to click on it, because your ad is competing with another 3 to 6 ads on the same page. So the ad needs to be very well crafted. We'll talk about it a little later also, if time permitting, that how to create one. But idea is to what are the hallmarks of the result-oriented lead generation campaign. That's what we're talking about in this slide. Okay, and last but not the least is the optimization of lead generation campaign. Now you optimize the ads, you optimize the keywords, you optimize the landing page also as the lead generation campaign progresses over a period of time. So you get a lot of data, including from Google Analytics also, which gives you insights into how your campaign is performing, and there are campaign performing metrics also available during the campaign. So that will also keep guiding you how to optimize. At the same time, you need to use your own experience and expertise to do the same. Okay, as we talked about, this is a little more detailed aspect of how to create a customized landing page. First, it should have relevant and compelling content in terms of text. What text includes headline and body copy. It should be rich, lucid, targeted language. It should include the chosen keywords also, because that is how it becomes relevant to Google also, that there should be a connect between what your ad is saying and what your landing page is saying. It should talk the same language, same product, same content. Otherwise, they could be, waste of money on running this kind of campaign also. If you see on the right hand side, just there is a screenshot of a landing page that I have that I'm sharing with you. So it should have, okay, again, if you see the B part, stunning images, graphics, and video. The image, the headline, the layout, the design, everything should be so impressive that person is compelled to drop a lead either through a phone call, the number is given on the right top of this page, or through this inquiry form, which is also given a little below on the right hand side. The content on the page, on the landing page, should provide all the reasons why to the visitors to mentally buy the product or service. Whenever you buy a product, you first mentally buy it and then you physically buy it. So this page should compel you to mentally buy it and then go to the next step of inquiry. There should be call to action, CTA buttons at the appropriate places. Call to action could be buy now, call now, or contact now. These kind of call to action, but they should be relevant, they should be limited, and they should be at the right places. And last but not the least, length of the landing page, it should be as short as possible. It shouldn't be too long. And you don't expect your visitor to keep rolling your mouse up and down and getting confused with the more data than necessary. Okay, this is about optimization of the lead generation campaign. First and foremost, you require expert skills, which comes through experience. It's just not that you attend few classes and you learn from a friend or a colleague and then you get it. It comes with time and it comes with dedication. Then you also have digital marketing tools like Google Analytics, which gives you, which throws a lot of data as the campaign goes in terms of what your what kind of impressions you're getting, what kind of clicks you're getting, what kind of response. And if it's e-commerce business, then you also get who's reaching the thank you page. Thank you page is the page which confirms that you have bought, because thank you page comes after the payment page. Also the CTR, the click-through rate, it should rise and stabilize over time. So this is again, it comes with experience and the tools that you use to stabilize it. It should rise up to a point and then it should stabilize over a period of time. Then this ultimately comes to what matters to every business is cost per lead, that is CPL. It should fall and stabilize over time. A highly optimized lead generation campaign will produce qualified, high quality leads, which will be eminently convertible, thereby delivering a super ROI. Any questions so far? Because if there are no questions, I believe that either it's making sense or it is not making sense at all. Okay. Any questions for part A, if you have? Because see, it doesn't have all the details because of the paucity of time. So just put whatever information I could put in for just 4 slides, or we go to the next section. Okay. In section B, we talk about the brand building through digital marketing. Again, the hallmarks of a result-oriented brand building campaign through digital marketing. There are two. These are the two activities which should be undertaken in brand building as opposed to lead generation. Lead generation is pure, pure vanilla sales-oriented intent. Here, you build the brand through SEO and SMO. These take time as opposed to the search engine marketing and social media marketing, where you get immediate results. Here, the results come over a period of time. I mean, so 6 months to 1 year. One has to have patience too. If you do not have patience or the budget for investing for 6 months to 1 year, it should be throughout. It should be every year. Why 6 months to 1 year only? But at least the first significant results you will be able to see within that period. There are a lot of people who will say and say, I can get your SEO done and you'll get your page 1 ranking on these keywords in 1 month or 2 months. They do black hat and gray hat practices, which ultimately get your domain blocked by the Google. So that is something which I don't advise, or we don't practice as a digital marketing agency. So in SEO, the first and foremost thing that you do is website audit analysis, where you check whether your website is Google user friendly. A Google user friendly is, if you're a Google user friendly, then Google becomes your friend. It takes your website up on all the relevant keywords, because Google, entire business of Google is based on its users. If you try to mislead or cheat its users, user will be, they take it very negatively, and they can block your domain also, or any activity that you do on Google search or their display network. Okay, it should also have high quality relevant content, whether it's articles, blogs, or on relevant websites. On-page SEO, fixing all errors. There are a lot of errors which I mean, 90% of the websites have a lot of errors, whether they're language errors, or say spelling errors, or grammar errors, or it could also have visual errors also. Visual error means that, if you have images and they don't have a title, then how is Google going to search and identify that this image is actually saying what? So I mean, these are minor errors, but a lot of people tend to ignore them. This is what I have seen, that many websites, they do not take this seriously also, which also affects your SEO ranking. And then off-page SEO, which includes one of the major things that a lot of people think that off-page SEO is about backlinks. It is about backlinks, but selective and quality backlinks. It's not that you say, there are a lot of agencies who come and say, we can generate say 1,000 backlinks for you in a month. Go for 10 or 20 good quality backlinks. The websites like moneycontrol.com or Times of India, timesofindia.com. These kind of websites, if they give you a backlink, that one in a month is enough. That is good enough, instead of going for hundreds of thousands or whatever. Social media is a very, very different ball game, as we all know. But when it comes to clients using social media, especially for optimization or even for lead generation for that matter, there are basics which are which are totally ignored, or probably there are fundamental issues which are compromised. We believe that social media is all about AIDA: awareness, interest, desire, and action. This is what you expect your social media fan or follower to follow. Social media is not about your products and services. You see, there are n number of, you must be receiving a lot of posts in your feed, in your Facebook or say Insta. There are a lot of companies, they promote or cart their products or services, and they keep shouting from the rooftop about the products or services. It's not about the product and services. It's about the target audience. 95% of the posts I see every day, every company, every brand talks about itself, which nobody wants to hear. They want to hear about themselves. It's like I mean, social media is like a party. You go to a party, you meet a friend, and you keep talking about yourself, they will tune you out. It's a myth that your TGs want to hear about your product services every day. No, it's about engagement with your TGs. It's a two-way communication. It's your TGs or attitudes or conversations or collaborations, co-creation and reputation. It's about them. You need to invest in images or videos. Go to watch your words, what you're saying. There shouldn't be any controversial terms or whatever to be used. You need to commit to blogging, and most importantly, which most people don't do, be responsive. People comment, people ask questions. You have a page. There are a lot of big brands also. They have a social media page, Facebook page or Insta. They put post every day, probably 10 a day also. People respond. You don't respond. As a brand, you don't respond. This is hierarchy. If you don't respond to the questions or comments, again, all your effort and your money goes to waste. 70% of social or any activity on digital marketing, it happens on mobile. Laptops or desktops, they contribute less than 30%, because their mobiles have become very powerful, and you can open heavy websites also there and interact. You can do e-commerce activity there as well, which was not possible 5-10 years back. And always measure, evaluate, and revise your campaigns. how to set the tone for a social media campaign. The golden rules are: what you do is be gentle, be kind and helpful, work hard, look after the property. Property means your brand, your campaign, your what you're offering. Listen to people and be honest, which is not seen much in our communications these days. And do not hurt anybody, hurt people's feelings, waste your or other people's time, waste to damage things, interrupt or cover up the truth. If something has been found wanting in your product or service at any given point of time, don't cover up the truth. Admit and move forward. These are a couple of specimen of path-breaking social media creatives that we have produced. This is for our client. The APL Apollo is a steel maker. It's a very big company. They have Amitabh and Tiger Shroff as their brand ambassadors. So it took us time to convince them that let's not talk about steel, because even your family members don't want to hear about steel every day. So this post we created on the International Day of Girl Child, saying, there was one of my team members in the creatives. They picked up some line. They created this line that they brought from somewhere. She's an angel born to fly. Give her wings, not pain to cry. This had about 4,000 likes as compared to the steel ad. Whenever we talk about steel, we get about 30-40 likes on a day. 4,000 likes, and I don't know, resultant followers and likes. Page likes would be about 30-odd%, which is a normal metric. And this one is for a clinic that we have, cosmetic surgery clinic. Again, instead of talking about your service, you talk about your target audience. This is what they, especially girls, they are very concerned about, or it should be there also, the facial hair. So they have a facial hair removal treatment also. So instead of talking directly about the treatment, let's turn it around and talk from the perspective of the person who actually has this problem and has some kind of a hesitation to do something about it. Instead of buying creams from the market or whatever, which they work or don't work, it's better to first consult a clinic or a doctor or a skin specialist before you try those chemicals on your face, which could damage it permanently as well. So
Rohan sir, actually, the content and the richness of it is very, very remarkable. But with due apologies, could you please sum up, because we are running terribly behind schedule.
Sir, I have finished. So this is the thank you slide that I have right now. And I open the house for any questions or any doubts that anybody has in my presentation. Please feel free to ask. Yeah.
I'm hearing some background noise. It has to be muted.
Firas Abu Yazbek. Yeah, muted now. Thank you. Yes, the floor is open for questions, please. Any questions?
Sir, I believe that if there are no questions, then there is one of the two things. Either everybody understood everything perfectly, or nobody has understood anything at all.
I think Professor
Please tell me which domain my presentation lies. It will be a good feedback for me.
Yeah.
I can ask, if you permit me, I can ask one question.
Sure, sir.
Can I ask?
Yeah, sure, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to raise two small questions. One is related to the effectiveness of digital marketing.
Yes, sir.
In comparison to traditional marketing that we do. Do you have any figures or data to talk about? And the second question is, you come from an ad agency. So what do you normally, or how do you normally recommend to split the total advertisement spent that a company wants to spend in a particular year? If we have to divide into, earlier we used to have a different kind of approach to divide money between television and press and radio, etc., or hoarding or ATL, BTL activities. But now, if I have to broadly divide into two compartments, digital and traditional, what is your recommendation? Giving reasons why.
Right, sir. So thank you so much. I'll answer both of your questions one by one, sir. See, in terms of the digital marketing, you said talk about effectiveness of the digital marketing. If I were to have I understood the question correctly, the first one?
Yeah. In terms of translating into performance, sales.
Yeah. So, sir, as the digital marketing has now become mainstay in terms of promoting any product or service these days, in the last 5 or 10 years, I think you all must be aware that digital marketing is the least expensive media as opposed to the print media, which includes newspapers and magazines, TV, radio, even outdoor. I also have, I also keep sharing this in my, whenever I go for my lectures as a visiting faculty in few colleges and universities, that I tell my students that, the one, sir, you will bear me out on this, that one newspaper ad, so for example, a quarter page ad on the front page of Times of India, all editions, costs somewhere around 25 to 30 lakhs, single insertion. And that ad has the life of just 1 hour in the morning. If you have seen the ad in the morning during breakfast, fine. Otherwise, nobody looks at the paper during the day or when he goes home. So as opposed to that 25-30 lakhs going for a 1 hour exposure to your target audience, with the same money you can run digital marketing campaigns throughout the year 24/7. So it becomes from that perspective, it's very cost effective. At the same time, you're giving the opportunity to your target audience to look at your ad anytime it's convenient to them within a 24-hour period.
Can I interject?
Yeah,
we can say cost effective. It is not directly related to the quantum of money spent. It relates to what is the end result. I can spend 25 lakhs in Times of India front page advertisement.
Yes, sir.
And I can spend 25 lakhs throughout the year doing digital marketing. But at the end, if I have to compare the performance or effectiveness in terms of nitty-gritties that we do in business,
yes, sir,
then what is the result? I know that digital marketing is very less costly or very low in terms of the financial involvement or the budget that you spend on that.
Yeah. So it's actually as I understand, it's a function of how long your ad had been there on the minds of the people. So if the opportunity for somebody to see the ad in a newspaper, it's just 1 hour in the morning, and after that, the other ads come in or other things come into the play during the day, that guy may or may not be remembering what he saw and what whether he needs to make further inquiries. Whereas in digital marketing, the ad remains throughout the day, throughout the year. And also a fact, sir, that today more than around 30 to 40% of prospective buyers of any product or service are exclusively using digital media. They are not using any other traditional media like print or
that may be the reason. That may be the reason that they don't have much fund to spend.
True.
You see, it is not only opportunity to see. Times of India may be opportunity for a day, but it is also another factor is impact per opportunities. If impact per opportunity in one opportunity can create 1,000 impacts, and the 1,000 impacts creates 1,000 opportunity creates one impact, then both are equal. So I would like, you are from an ad agency, and we have been working with the ad agency. So I thought if you have any data that this is how I spent In this case,
So often, though, the data I wouldn't be, having in terms of numbers, but yes, you see, the very fact that digital marketing is eminently measurable, that what you spent and how many impressions that how many people saw the ad, and how many clicked, and how many actually went to the cart, how many of them put the product in the cart, and how many reached the thank you the payment page, they made the payment, and when the thank you page comes in, which means the purchase has or the sale has completed. This kind of opportunity is not available in other media. So it's very difficult to measure your ROI with traditional media, because see, there you can spend, like in like when I started my career in advertising 30 years back. So then we used to advise clients to provide 3 OTS, that is 3 opportunities to see your ad, because if you have 100 customers, not more than 30 will see on a particular day, because you don't see the newspaper or TV, or you're not there all the time. So minimum 3 OTS was required. So 3 OTS means that you have to run the ad 3 times, and that much more expensive, and only then you can hope that your entire 100% audience has seen the ad. Whereas in digital, the ad is there on the net 24 hours a day throughout the year. So your target audience has ample opportunity to go to the net and see it whenever it's convenient to them. Like you put them onto the media habits that they have, in terms of, now we talk about digital media habits, that whosoever has what kind of habit, whether it goes to Facebook or Google or Insta or LinkedIn, or at what time of the day. It could be late in the night, it could be early in the morning, it could be during the day. So my ad is present for him to see whenever he goes to his favorite media, which opportunity is not there in newspaper, TV, or outdoor, because even newspaper just is there in the morning. TV also, even if he's watching, the ad comes and goes. It just doesn't stay there. It's a TV is a fleeting media. It just comes and goes. If he has missed the ad, then if you look at IPL, there are when the IPL runs, there are the advertisers like Coke, Pepsi, or these kind of guys, Nokia, they are running ad after every over, after every ball also, for that matter. Between the 2 balls being bowled, you get to see a L-shaped ad also. The screen shortens, and then there is a L-shaped ad running from left top to the right bottom. So they understand that everybody cannot see every ball, every over, every they cannot be there throughout the game. So they don't want to miss out on anyone who's watching that match or watching that particular program. And their single day expense on a one match is over 30 lakhs. Single day expense on that, probably more. It could be more, but it is minimum. And the premium also keeps rising depending upon the kind of match or the program, or the if it reaches a final, then the cost goes 10 times for that particular spot. So my experience, like I started my career way back in 88 with traditional media, and till about 2004 we were into that only. In 2008 we started the digital marketing. Now today I advise my clients that if you're not on digital media, then you're missing out on a very significant section of your prospective buyers, because those guys are not looking at any other media. So it has to be a mix of both. You cannot ignore traditional media for digital media. And sir, coming to your second question, where you said that how to divide, it should still, now I would suggest that it should be of your total budget, it should be 30 to 40% into digital, rest would be in traditional media, because again there is a sizable section of people, okay, as we say in our industry now, that anybody under 40 under 40 is not reading newspaper these days. So you need to have the mix of both. You got to address your existing old customers, and you got to take care of your new customers also.
All right. Sir, we are terribly behind schedule, so we have to pitch in here with your permission, Rohan sir. Dr. In fact, thank you very much. The 2 questions that you asked. Any other question? I think we'll have to reserve it now to the chat box. And the kind of points that Mr. Rohan Ubriani very, very judiciously raised, we actually have to thank you for that, right from lead generation to brand building to customizing landing page optimizing. I mean, all the different applied techniques and terms and terminology. You definitely brought forth a good glossary for the uninitiated as well as those who are into the trade. Thank you once again, Rohan sir.